Hello to everybody. How are you? I'm doing pretty well. It's nice up here. I will say that I'm a little frustrated by the fact that I just spent quite a lot of time looking for a video that seems to have disappeared off my Facebook page. That was last week, so I wasn't able to do any comments for drawings off that one. It still lives over on YouTube, but I just thought it was weird. I've never had that happen before. So it was just a little disconcerting. So I'm here a little bit, not terribly, but just a little bit discombobulated because that did take a long time and it was a little frustrating. But anyway, enough of that. How's your week gone? I hope it's gone well. I would say it's been pretty busy this week. Hi, Cindy. It's good to see you. Happy Friday. I know, it's wonderful. And did you happen to notice that the Seahawks won the Super Bowl? May I say, I'm sure it was the nails, right? Let's see, how do I move? Where's my camera? There it is. There's the nails. Aren't they cute? I'm sure that is why the Seahawks won the Super Bowl. Other than the fact that they played really, really well, and they have been a good, cohesive team this year, which is really nice to see. I have something I wanted to show everybody. This is the new DSP. I guess we better go down to the table. Oh, I'm glad you were too. Hi, Luann. Good to see you. Did you hear my dilemma? My video from last week on Facebook is not there. I searched and searched and I couldn't find it. But I know I talked on Facebook with everyone. And I think there were even comments afterwards. I don't know where it went or why it went. It was just very, very weird. Matter of fact, Cindy, I think I even replied to one of your comments. So I'm going to change the name on this because I know Cindy was on and commented because I replied. So Luann, I'm going to say I'm sorry you're not going to get one this week. Yours was the last name I chose on YouTube. I apologize. It was just so strange. Like I said, I've never had that happen before. So. Okay, here we go. So Cindy's going to get one. Hi, Cindy Walker, Diane Newman, Sarah Ebel, and Cindy Walker. So thank you. I apologize. It was just weird. I need to let that go, don't I? Okay, well, stop worrying about it. That's the last I'm going to say of it because I want to show you this paper. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? This is the product of the month. Anybody else get it? So that's the back and the front. And there's 3 pieces of it. There are fewer patterns and more paper of the same pattern. But look at that swirl. Doesn't that look like a leaf right there? He's so pretty. I love swirly things. And I think this is cute too. So there's 3 of those. And here's the one that looks like a mosaic to me. But a gradient of flowers with different colors. I like that too. And then this is the one that made me want to get the set, the DSP. There was just something about those swirls and the colors that it got me. And this is pretty too. Little flower with leaves. Looks a little distressed. But anyway, I think this is one of my favorite products of the month so far. Oh, you haven't gotten it. It's really nice. Thank you for understanding, Luann. I was just feeling awful. So, we're going to go a step backwards. I know I've been trying to do a bundle or a suite a week, and I have a little sneeze coming. And my sneezes are not little. So, let's hope that this takes care of that feeling. I thought we'd go back to Nature's Walk. I contribute to some group tutorials, and one of them this month is the Nature Symphony, so I thought I'd make a card, and I liked it. So, because of that, I was having such fun with it. So I've got the Nature Symphony stamp set and dies, and of course my little, that I keep extra cuts that I've made in a little envelope together so that when I'm using it, they're there if I need them. I also pulled out the little hello from Wonderful Thoughts. And then I needed more dies to layer. So I got Stylish Shapes for the matte and Spotlight on Nature for the sentiment. I was just pulling out stuff and having a great time. And here's the card. I thought it turned out really nice. Now, we are going to use the brass butterflies, but they had just gone on the last chance list. Oh, they do look like classy fabric. I love swirls. I really do. So it was just made for me. Anyway, this is the one that comes with them, the Pentagon. Let's see, what are they called? They are officially called faux bronze pentagons. And so I had to take my butterflies off for this one, but we'll be using butterflies today because, of course, they were on the last chance list and they were less expensive, and so I had to buy more. That was the second thing I had to look for today. I tell you, I'm tired of safe places. I was putting things away and I didn't know what to do with them, so I just put them down somewhere. So today I had to figure out where I put them down. If I had a brain, I'd be dangerous. So I guess we're glad I don't. So here we've got two circles. I kind of like this ridged effect, the crimped effect. So I've got that. We have two die cuts from the stamp set, the leaves. I did it in Vellum, and I took it out of the base, one of the matte layers. So that's what you'll find if you win for next week, is a matte layer with a die cut out of it. But basically it is, I'm using Lost Lagoon. I did not fold that well. Oh, I did fold that well. I just have something hiding inside of it. Oh, I forgot that I had cut one for the inside mat. I'll have to see if I've got enough. I don't think I've got enough to do that. I could cut a plain Secret C two-tone cardstock to put in the kits from this week. So here is my 4 1/4 by 11 scored at 5 1/2 card base in Lost Lagoon. Oh, I'm glad you like it. It does look it, doesn't it? Oh, really, Luann? She made a stamp from the large leaf die. That is interesting with fun foam. That would be kind of fun. This is our first layer. So when I put this together, I had the DSP base for the layer, and then I had the, oh, I like it better with the blue on top, the Lost Lagoon on top. This DSP on top of it, and I put it down and I thought, oh, well, there's no pop to that. That was kind of boring. So I thought maybe if I brought in this is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, because I had already cut this at 4 by 5 1/4, and then this at 3 3/4 by 5. And I thought when I put the white under there, even though it's a small, it shows just a little border, that really made the whole rest of the designer series paper pop. Oh, hi, Hillary. I'm glad you're here. And then a piece for the envelope. Although your piece in the kits is a little different than this because I ran out of this DSP. It color coordinates just fine, but it is different. So this is really a pretty simple card, and I am glad of that because I was just a little bit, as I said, Twitter-pated, looking for things. Well, that won't. Let me find my Seal Plus. Oh, I think I'm just going to use my Tombow because it's handy. And of course, stay away from that die cut area. You really don't need anything on that. So we'll put our card together, our card pieces. That looks about right. And we are going to put dimensionals on the back of this piece, but we need to do something with ribbon first. And depending on how things are laying, I did cut some of that out on this card because it was just too much. It was acting up is what it was doing. It was folding and in the way and wouldn't lay flat, so I got a little miffed at it. Oh, and I totally forgot that I was going to stamp on that first. But I think we're okay because we're going to use our stamp positioner. I just thought it needed a little something in the background. So here's that great big wonderful die. Let's get the stamp positioner out. It'll be just fine with this. I'm going to put it in the corner like they suggest. So it's all lined up with the corner. I think I'd like it to be up a little bit more than I did on the original. Just a little higher. It just looks a little bare up there. Okay, let us... I like the fact that the magnets have little handles, but I think I like the other magnets better. I think they held better. So I'm going to get in and pop one out, bring it in later. Oh, thank you, Cindy. I appreciate that. Okay, there we go. We're going to pick it up. And of course, it lifts everything up because that is just the photopolymer life. But you can line it right back up without a real problem. And then I'm going to grab my Secret C. I don't know what I'm going to do when Secret C retires. It probably would. I think you're right, except that it's got so many little moving pieces, it would be hard to keep it in place. I think, unless you use like something like pixie spray, that would hold it down in place. I did get my Secret C refill, so I was able to refill my Secret C. And now it's had a little bit of time to absorb into the pad. I tried using it the other night at our kit together and realized it really should have been done much earlier in the day. Okay. If you can read the Stampin' Up, do I have it on the wrong spot? Why is it on the wrong side? Was I not thinking? Well, that's probably why. Ew, messy, 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 messy. Messy, messy. Okay. Watch me make a mess. We're just going to put it down. There we are. And then we're going to put it on the right way. Good grief. That's the right way, because you got your little pushy things here and here. And we're just going to put it down and give it a little back rub. Just a little gentle one. Let that ink absorb onto the cardstock, or DSP rather. And there we are. That looks good. So even if you forget to do it, if you forget to stamp, the positioner does make it easy to do it on top of everything that you put, the layers you put together. So that was good. So now you know what not to do. And look at that. Even though blue is the color that I always make a huge mess of, it's not too bad. Now, what I want to do is take a piece of the Secret Sea, I have to look at the name, Bordered Open Weave Ribbon. And I am actually on my second roll of this. So let me grab my ribbon scissors, do a quick cut. Be careful when you're cutting not to cut into your finger. I've done that more than once. It's not a good thing. Thank you, Luann. There are no mistakes in stamping. Do we all remember that? Just opportunities to be creative. I think I'm going to put this up just a hair higher. So there we are. Let me grab my silicone mat so it doesn't stick. And we're going to build the rest of the front right now. So what I did is I left these full and I laid this one down, and then I put my Designer Series paper leaves on top. And I looked at where they would overlap to see where I could put. This would be a great time to use your press and seal. Mine is in the kitchen and I'm not going to go get it. So we're just going to punt because we can. So I'm going to grab my Take Your Pick tool and my glue dots. And I will say that this was the more complicated part of the whole process. So this is going to go under there like that, because you want to hide those glue dots because they will show through. Although on the print, it's not as bad as if it was on a plain piece of. Okay, take this one. Looks like I'm almost at the end of my glue dots. Wow. This one right here towards the top is going to be covered. So let's see if I can get my fingernail under there and put a glue dot on it. And when you start to put some dimensionals on this to anchor it down, you can move it around a little bit to cover those spots. Let's see. Those are covered. I would say the middle of this one would be a good place for a glue dot. Yep, they're all gone. All done. I don't know about you, but it's kind of fun when you get to the end of something like that. So I'm going to grab the ones that I created because I now know exactly where they're at. So these are the ones that I took my Tombow and dotted like this. And so I've got all these little glue dots. And they are smaller than most of them, not all of them, but most of them are smaller than the regular glue dots. So I think that might be a nice idea. So this one's going under the middle. And I am going to be anchoring this down with my sentiment. So that was a good place to put it. So just a few glue dots. Not a lot were needed. And next, dimensionals. I am thinking, since this is a pretty dark card, except for the vellum, that I'm going to use my black dimensionals. So let's decide where this is going. I think it's going right here. And so this one will go here. And this one will be raised up. And that one will be raised up. I'm trying to have the upper ones raised up and the lower ones flat. There's this one. And this one is going to be flat, but I'm going to use a glue dot for that. I did notice that the glue dots that I made before are a little bit yellowed. And I thought that was kind of strange. Taking off the backings. And I do have that one spot anchored. Not sure why that one was there like that, but I think that one is going here. So let's take this off. And then let's just work it into place. And I am quite happy with some loose leaves. Although I think I'll put a glue dot under this. Oh, you have it, Luann. You are more organized than I am. You have your press and seal in the craft room and the kitchen. Now I have wax paper in the kitchen and in the craft room. So maybe I should find a spot and move some press and seal in, because this would have been the perfect place to do that. Okay, there we are. Let me see if I can get these picked up. Slide them over and put them in the garbage can. They just show up everywhere, you know? Now that I've got this done, let's go ahead and put on dimensionals. Oh, here they are. I kind of like, I don't think it's wrong to have a little bit extra hold on the ribbon. Okay, so I do have that one's cut. Using some of my edges. Let's see. So, I am glad you like it. Thank you, Cindy. I'm going to put a couple more of these on because they're the edges after all. It's almost like freebies. Like you get these free things with it. Although, that's just one way of looking at it. Let me take these off. I went to the chiropractor this week. And I am pretty good about taking off backings and putting them in the garbage can. And I laid down on that little stretchy table to help you relax. And I kind of looked at the doorway, and what did I see? I was obviously wearing a dimensional because there was a dimensional right in the middle of the doorway. I thought, oh, oops, 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 oops. Here's the card base we want. I like to leave little gifts. Make sure where the card opens It's been that kind of day. I thought it was wise to double check the opening. Oh, yes, Bruno, he is probably the Demi Queen because King, because he uses so many. It's crazy. I like it to be well supported, but I'm not quite at that point. We are going to use dimensionals on this one, on the mat, and this is what we're going to stamp. Now, have you ever had a stamp? Oh, hi, Lori. Good to see you. Oh, good. I'm glad you're working on it. Good for you. I'm so glad you're doing it at our team meeting. That is such fun. Oh, did I forget to say? Remember that if you're not already on a demonstrator and you would like to join a team, we'd love to have you at with our Nutsy Stampers. And free. The Stampin' Positioner is free with the starter kit. So you don't even have to order it. They're just you order your starter kit and you go in and they put it in for you. So you don't have to know the number or anything. I like that. That's easy. I like easy. Easy works for me. There are a lot of advantages to being a demonstrator. Being on a team, having some fun together, but also the discount. I'm going to stamp my hello in Secret C. Okay, now where was I? Oh, and you get first option to purchase new product. I think that's my favorite. I am so bad when it comes to purchasing. I just enjoy it. Your stamp. Have you ever had a stamp that just won't stick? I mean, you've used it a lot. You have loved that stamp. And it has lost all its stick. So that's what my little hello was today. And I went in and I got a little bit of Dawn dish soap on my fingers. And I washed my stamp, put it on a paper towel, kind of dried it as I came back, and now it's sticking beautifully. So stamps can be cleaned. They get ucky just like the rest. Everything else, they need a little cleaning once in a while. This is where it's going. And this will be flat. Our little sentiment. I think, though, I want to look at where it's going to sit so I know where I'm putting my dimensionals. There's, surprisingly enough, there's a lot of bulk right in the top part here. So I think I need to, and this one I didn't. I put dimensionals top and bottom. But this one, I think I need to just do flat on the top, like right through there, and put a couple dimensionals down here. So let's do that. Flat for the top, and dimensionals on the bottom. Here we go. And this is just going to sit right there, a little off center. I believe that is it lays better than my original. Now, I was very brave. I want you to know, because we all know I don't tie bows really well on camera. I don't do them even really well off camera, but at least it's usually better. But I kind of wanted to thread this under the ribbon. Now this one, it looks like this leaf is more in the way than the other one was, but I think we can still work with it. And I'm going to cut a fairly big size piece, even though I know it's wasteful, because it will make me more comfortable as I try to tie it. And I'm just going to tie a bow. And because the leaves are in the way, I'm going to do it just at a little bit of an angle. Instead of, well, I guess I did the other one at an angle too. And then I'll pull, maybe I didn't leave as much as I thought extra. We'll see. Don't want it super small. So you just tighten and adjust until it's where you want it to be. You fiddle with it is what you do. Okay, I made this one just a little bit. Oh, I don't know why I tried to get anything other than the ribbon scissors to cut with. So that's pretty small, and that's all right, because that's how life is sometimes. And then I'll take this one and let it be small too, and let the little bow part be larger. There's our bow, all tied on. And now, I know this will make a really nice man card, but I am sure that men really, really, really. Oh, hi Daphne, thank you. Yeah, I like the glue trick. I am sure a man would like to have some sparkle on it. Oh, and may I say that my friend Mike, who's we've sent a couple cards that we made to him because, and last time you told me to tell him hello. He so appreciates the thoughts and thanks you all. Okay, here we go. We just have to make sure that we've got lots of Winkle Stella on it because it's just important. There we are. The leaves. I wonder if the vellum would like to have a little wink of Stella on it. It does. Actually, the wink of Stella looks nice on the vellum. Get that little leaf under there. Probably easier to do this before you put the card together, but that would take way more planning and less spontaneity. That's what we are. We're spontaneous. Anyway, here we go. Little spontaneity is good for us. I love these brass butterflies. And I am going to miss them. But right now I have a lot of them. So here are butterflies. Look, I have so many. Maybe we should put 5 on. What do you think? There. We're going to put 5 on because we can. That's okay. I gave you a nice little strip of them in the cards. Hi, Kathy. I am so glad you stopped by the channel. And thank you so much. I'm glad you like it. It is almost done. We've got the pretty front. Oh, but we don't have a pretty inside. Oh my goodness. So I will cut some Secret C for the kits. And this is just going on with a little seal. Seal Plus, rather. And we'll put this. I don't believe I cut myself any little strips. So what I did with this one is I had strips left over. A little of this, a little of that. I gave you a nice little strip, 4 inches long and wide enough to cut up. But let's see what I've got in here. As you can see, I've got lots of strips. Well, look, this is a nice Secret C strip. let's take that one and color. I might just cut this down a little bit. Let me cut this at 1/2 inch. I think it's a 1/2, the other's a 1/4. Oh, let's make this 4 inches. Let's make them both 4 inches because that is the size of the basic white. That one's close enough. This one is not even close. So let me just turn it around. And we're just going to put it on. I can't even pick them up today. I put my glue away. We're just going to put this on with a little glue across the bottom. I cut it. Maybe this is 3.75 because this was 4 inches. That's what it was. Oh well, that's okay. I am capable of trimming. That's a good thing about us. We are capable of all these things. A little glue on the Secret C plain one. Probably not clear to the end since I've got to cut it again. And I decided just to do that, well, I guess it is DSP, to put it across the top. I had thought about, putting it on top of this one, but I kind of liked that look. And then we can put this in, and then we will do our envelope, and we will have accomplished our purpose. Okay, pretty card outside, pretty card inside. A fair amount of Wink of Stella. Thank you, Luann. And here we go. Now, I know it's a weird measurement, but this is 2 3/4 inches by 5 13/16 because it fits. And so I move this. I like a little back fold. And as you know, I always did this with Tombow before. But if you're careful, and I didn't get quite to the end there that I wanted. I just want this at the edge. It's okay if it goes over because it's segmented, so you can fold it back on itself really easily. And a little something in the middle, just for fun. Okay, I did get a little carried away on this side. Looks like one little spot there. The rest looks good. Then this is the reason for the back fold. So you can take your DSP, line it up on each end, and it pretty much fits perfectly in the corners. Put it over and give it a little back rub. And then we can trim it. Now, I really like, as I was telling you, I like swirls, I like curves. And so this little funny curve at the end makes me happy. I cut off the sides, and they will go in the garbage. So there's our back, and we will take and do something similar to the front. We're just going to get this nice and glued up or seal plussed up. Now, if you are not a curve fan like I am, certainly the curve is not necessary. You could take that over to your trimmer and slice it so it's straight. Oh, thank you. Yes, I like to, I want those postal people to like me and not be annoyed with me. So I do try to have something for everybody to look at. And now that I have a thermal printer and figured out how to hook it up properly to my laptop, I can put little round stickers on the back that are cute too. So here's our card. The card we made today and the prototype. So I am glad you liked them. And I don't think I have much else. You know, On Stage is in March, and so I'm going to be gone the first half of March. So there'll be no lives. I'm hoping to be home on the 18th. So if I can get my act together, we'll have something then. Oh, thank you, Cindy. I'm glad you love it. I really like this suite. So I was actually, honestly, really happy to pull it out again. That's between you and me, because I know I need to play with some of my other new stuff, and I don't want it to have its feelings hurt. But this has been a lovely suite. I have enjoyed it. And I think one of these cards might be going to Mike again. Even though it's, yep, I'm pretty sure it is. And then I have another friend who's going through some stuff. Well, actually, there are several friends, but I need to get some more cards out for them. So maybe I'll work on that this afternoon. Thank you, Hillary. I appreciate that. And on that note, I am going to say goodbye. Yeah, I think it's time to go. Thanks for joining me, Kathy H. I really appreciate it. And if you like and share, that would be perfect, either here or on Facebook. Be sure, because of their privacy settings, I don't always get to see who shared. So if you would let me know, because I have 4 card kits that I give away, 2 for sharing and 2 for commenting. And I use that lovely random wheel spinner, which is actually kind of fun. Anyway, I will talk to you and see you next week. Take care, have fun, and enjoy the weekend.